Welcome back, preschool, to our second half of our Bible time. The sun was moving. Of course, it keeps moving every time we're outside. So the sun kept moving, and I was really worried that you wouldn't be able to see our second story very well. So we just changed a little bit of the location to make sure that you will be able to hear the story about loyalty. Now, we talked about forgiveness, and we talked about how Joseph really did a great job of forgiving his brothers. Now, they were very unkind to him, and he chose in the end to listen to God and to be kind instead of being mean and getting revenge. I think that's a good thing to do. It might seem really hard, but it is a really good thing to do. Now, this time I want to ask you a question about loyalty. Do you know what it means to be loyal or what loyalty is? This is a good answer. Good job. Now, loyalty means to stay with someone in the fun times and in the sad times. Loyalty means that we will never leave our friends, especially when they need us. So, even if you're having to, like in our Lord's Prayer, we have to forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Well, it was kind of like Joseph had to do with forgiveness. But loyalty also meant that even though he hadn't seen his brothers in a long time, he still took care of his family when they were in need. I hope that makes sense. Maybe the story will help us. Now, a long time ago, Ruth lived with Naomi in the land of Moab. Ruth was married to one of Naomi's sons. Then a sad thing happened. Naomi's husband died, and soon Ruth's husband died too, and Ruth and Naomi were all alone. What would they do? Naomi wanted to go back to Bethlehem, where she grew up, and she tried to get Ruth to stay in Moab. Naomi said, "Ruth, stay in Moab. You can marry again, and you can have a new husband and a new home." Well, okay, I guess. But do you think that's what she's going to do? Nope. Ruth did not want to stay in Moab without Naomi. She wanted to go with Naomi. Ruth said, "I don't ever want to leave you. I want to stay with you forever." Ruth loved Naomi very much. So Ruth and Naomi walked to Bethlehem together. The trip was long and hard. And when they came to Bethlehem, Naomi said, "I'm tired and hungry." Ruth said, "I will help you. I will work in the fields and gather grain for us." And she worked all day long to get enough food. Whoa, what a hard worker. And so kind, too. She walked a long way. She must have been tired, too. It was not easy for Ruth to work in the fields. It was not easy because she was from Moab. And the Bethlehem workers might not like someone they did not know. But Ruth said, "I am not afraid. Naomi is too old and too tired to work in the fields. I will be loyal to my friend. I will take care of her." Ruth was good to Naomi. She did not leave Naomi. She stayed with her and helped her. And later, Ruth married a man named Boaz. And even then, Ruth said, "I will never leave you, Naomi." And Naomi was very happy. Aw, that's nice. But she was loyal to her, and they stayed together. You can say to someone near you, "I will always be here for you in the happy times and in the sad times. I will not leave you." That is loyalty. And that is what the story of Ruth and Naomi taught us. And that Ruth had gone out to get food when she needed it. Now, do you remember? Very close to Joseph's beautiful coat on our walls happens to be a basket. Do you remember the day we made the baskets, Ruth's baskets, when she went out into the fields and she collected the grain? They're still on our wall, and I'll be taking them down soon so that you can take your baskets home and tell your family all about the story of Ruth and Naomi. Now, when we come back, we're going to have a brand new letter of the week. Are you excited? I hope so. See you in a minute.